Hello everybody. I did do a previous video on Micheal Gorley. I just redid this one because for some reason it wasn't posting to my YouTube page. I have been speaking with his mother regularly, Sandra. My dear sister Lori, she works with me all the time in cases. She does a lot of digging into the things that come out and come into my mind's eye and certain words that are stated. She is so good at what she does. So I'm going to be talking about the cold read today for Micheal Gorley, and then later on, probably tomorrow on my lunch, I'll be doing the same thing, and I'm going to be reading back the tarot session. That's coming your way, Lori. And there was a specific name that he stated numerous times. Now, that can be his middle name, that can be his first name. But I also feel there's more than one, which is, I'm getting basic common sense, more or less, try to be funny towards me. But the people that killed Micheal, what came through for me, it was like the men that murdered Micheal. Obviously there's more than one, but there's also a connection to another case. It made me feel that there's cases that are connected to the same people, the same perps. And it almost felt like relative-wise, like Micheal showed me something about his last name, and Sandra explained to me what that meant. There was something about his last name that came to me, and I had asked her about it, and she had let me know what it was. And then when the part of the connection came through to Michael's case and to somebody else's case, he was kind of like showing me it's connected wise, so to speak, in a general aspect of a sense. Sandra knows everything that is going to be said today. Like I said, we've been speaking almost every day. And I've already sent her the cold read. She already knows what's going to be said. I've also stated to her that for a thing, I'm only placing the cold read. I'm only placing the tarot card session, his spirit session, one spirit session, and then I'm going to be placing up the cold read for the suspect. That's it. Anything else is done in quiet. So please, nobody other than his mother message me and ask me any questions on Michael's case, because you will not get any information. I work from a strictly private basis. Anything that I'm sharing now is for a specific purpose, and Sandra knows why, and so do the other people that I've worked with know why. It's a technique I use. It helps open the case. It helps for people to see. It helps for people to understand. I could have been in a time and a place where maybe this person who's missing or murdered was, and I didn't take notice who they were at first. So it's kind of like putting the information out, and maybe somebody can come forward, but there's also other reasons why I do that. Well, I can't really say that though. That's a technique that I'm not going to speak of, okay? So I gotta, what I'm supposed to be saying, the reason why I do these videos also, the person is saying what it is, and yes, but that is true, yes. Okay. Micheal. Micheal says technique. Yes, Micheal, you know what I'm talking about, honey. Okay. So I'm going to start reading this, okay? And if there's anything you want to say, Micheal, you are absolutely able to say it here. Thank you for coming through. I'm sorry if I don't hear a word, you can just repeat it for me, okay? He's repeating the number 7 again. Number 7 is very important to his case. What's funny is in a lot of my cases, the number 7 is very significant. It's almost like that's automatically for me the time, like on the clock, or it's part of a month, or it's an actual date that they're going to be found, or they went missing, or something as such. So I'm going to start reading this, Micheal, and if at any time you want to chime in, honey, and let me know on some important things. Your mom has given me some questions to ask you during the spirit session with you that's coming. And as she knows, I always state, please no information. So she just asked, very vague questions, and, some things that you would only know between you and her. Yes. He's repeating back the Sean question we were talking about, actually, Sandra. Okay, now is that one word, honey, or is that 2? Is that Michael and son, or is it Michelson? Okay, so when a spirit goes quiet on me, I've come to learn when a question is asked and it's not answered back, that's usually the wrong cue for me. That is, I'm stating it wrong. I made that mistake with, not a mistake, but a learning process with Emily. And when I would ask questions to Savannah, when she would go quiet on me, that was my cue to be, no, that's her question to know. When I asked Emily, yes, we're going down the line, Emily, Tyler, I'm hearing. When I would get the quiet, that would be my answer is no, so to speak. I know, honey, some words are a little bit kind of like jumbled a little bit, but we are going to get through it. We're going to do it. We are going to take our time, and we're going to get this right, okay? Even if it takes months, if it takes a year, if it is, no matter how long it takes, we're going to see some action on your case, okay? We're going to do our very best, and I need you to help, okay? Okay, so I'm going to start reading the cold read, and if you want to let me know of anything that you've told me from the cold read, and you want to chime in and say, or give me certain things about what you had me write, then you just let me know, okay? I don't want you to think I'm taking any time from you, Micheal. All right? Beginning. Okay. Read. So this must be for him, because when I started Michael's cold read, I wasn't even home yet. And I heard the word Joe. You see, I have a nephew named Joe. That's who I take care of at home. But I kept hearing it and hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. And here I'm thinking it has something to do with my nephew. But now that he's repeating it to me, and that's the very beginning of the actual, I know you guys probably looks backwards, but that's the actual beginning of my paper. So I'm wondering if that's what he means, beginning, read from the beginning, because I put Joe, not sure if for him, began hearing it on the way home from work. So that's actually what I wrote on here. So that's the beginning of the paper. So I'm thinking that's what he wants me to mention. He speaks of the word justice, the word alone. He says coming, so justice coming. So he gave me a word, crick, which Sandra let me know that means creek. He would always use the word crick for creek. Instead of using the word creek, he would say crick. So he told me crick several times. He said the word bound, send, and then he said Michael, son. Michael, son. I don't know if he meant 2 words or 1 word, like as in some sort of last name, or did he mean Michael and son? You know, it could be, he could have spoke of, you know, him being Michael and speaking of his father being his son. That very well could have a meaning, but we just don't know yet because this is only his cold read. The word frontier. Sandra knows what that means. I believe so far, I think she knows what that meaning is, and it's also a direction of some sort. Chill, cloak, watch from above, Richardson, trick. He's saying Michael. So I'm thinking they tricked Michael. Did I have that word wrote down, Michael? He says status. Sandra, throne, clever, chamber, built. Frank. He also, I am so sorry. Someone called my phone. Let me get my vehicle back on. So, back to where I was. Michael kept referencing a song, and it's a very special song. It's very sweet and loving, and I actually know this song once I heard it. It's called Remember When from Alan Jackson, and it goes hand in hand to me on a lot of things for Michael. It was just a very beautiful song. If you guys know the song, I'm sure you know exactly what it is, but if you haven't heard it, Remember When from Alan Jackson. Go check it out. It's a beautiful song. Tells you a lot about he actually mentioned it for a reason. The way it speaks about love and past times, and it was just a very beautiful song. And also, when Micheal Gorley's case was mentioned to me last year, I started hearing this song, which I didn't think anything at the time because it just didn't hit me at the time. There's a song called oh gosh, what is it? I'll have to get back to you on. I'm so sorry. I'm having like a brain fart right now. I'm so tired. I think it's called Stranded on the Edge of Heaven, but it's a beautiful song, and it literally speaks to, I think, how Michael is feeling at this time. It's on my Facebook. I've posted it. So it's a very beautiful song. It's honestly sad, but it's a beautiful song. So back to the cold read. He spoke of family, hand. Hand, I believe Sandra already verified for me. I'm not too, and he spoke of the word chain. This word, when I do the suspect cold read, I'm going to ask about, because he mentioned this name between 6 to 8 times. It's the word David. Now, David could be a middle name. David could be a first name. More what? David Moore? Is it David Moore, or just as in read more? Read more. Okay. Now, I have the words. See, Thompson, I have the word Thompson 3 times. Thompson can be a street, but then I had the words said to me, Old Thompson Road. So, that was something that kind of confused me a little bit, because that Thompson Road was actually an Emily Noble's case. But this one is different because it's Old Thompson Road. Sometimes when they give you a word, it takes a little bit for them to give you, you know, something that might add up to something else. He spoke of gun violence, taken, lied. I got a lot of names, so I'm assuming these names are either people's names or they are just somebody from his past that he mentioned for a reason. It doesn't necessarily mean that they hurt him. It just could mean that I'm picking up the psychic impressions of his life, as into where he lived, his job title, or just something like that. I got the word Rick, Stevenson, went to, Gorley, Parker, spoke of a picture, said mine or mind, but I believe it was the word mine, like as in maybe a minor as a job title, or he just meant mine as in that's my stuff, but I feel like it meant mine as a job. The number 7 is significant. Savage. The word taken is just one side. Given. Marker. I believe that's a marker of where he might be. Dense fog. Stranded. Road. Car. And then he said the word right after again, David. So that was, he spoke of this word, this man's name, David, an awful lot. He says river. He said the word page. Now that can mean a page of a paper, or page as a person's name, Page. And that's when something came to me about the case. It hit me pretty quickly, like, it was almost like it was a relation to Micheal of some sort. I also picked up on Micheal, I had messaged Sandra because I got the really strong feeling that Micheal had gotten a female pregnant, and the male might have been involved. A male might have been involved with that woman still. Micheal may not have known it, or truths weren't told in some way. Now, this is a feeling that I've gotten, and I've listened deeply to listen to my feelings. And the guy found out about it in some way. I'm going to ask Micheal about this during the spirit session. Did you say case? Perp, case, perp, case. So I think Michael's case is also connected to another case in some way or form, because I got a strong feeling that the people that did this to Micheal have also got charges in some other case, or they murdered other people in another case that's either underlining, the people don't know yet, or as if the case has already been investigated in some way. Where is the other? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just reading over my certain notes that I might have already said. think that was it for that. But when I did his tarot session, also something about his birthday came up. The word dad, which Sandra already, Sandra let me know what that was already. He says the word outcome, time. He also says Morris or a more. And then David again. Constant David. This name is something he stated and stated and stated. He spoke of river, sender, destiny, and the number 7 as well. Those were the last words that were coming through at the time of his tarot session as well. So again, David could be a middle name of a man. It could be the actual person's name. He just early in the video, he spoke of a name Sean as well, but we spoke about that, me and Sandra. That's a person's name as well. So that's the cold read on this one, but I'm hearing David. I'm going to look into that name first before I mention it, okay? If that's okay with you. To see if there's an actual... Just to make sure, okay? And then I will get back with Mom on that, okay? And Lori. Okay. Okay, so this is the end of the cold read. The tarot read is going to be next. It won't be uploaded till probably tomorrow or the next day, but then after that, I'm going to work on his spirit session. I got some words coming through, and I don't know if that's Michael or not, because it's a different energy field. So I'm going to stop this video now, and I'm gonna get with Sandra when I get home from work tonight and see what she says about it. Okay? So everybody, you have a good night. You stay safe. Continue your safety, wearing masks if possible. Try to keep socially distanced, as hard as that is. I know everybody's sick of this pandemic, but it's real. It's not a fake thing. And, you know, just be safe out there, because, you know, with the fall here, a lot of people are going to get a lot sicker, and it's just going to get tough on everybody, okay? So everybody, you have a great night. Stay blessed, and I will see you in the next reading.